welcome to the Monthly Muse, the podcast where Paul and I sit down every month and pour a glass of, this month, mulled wine.
Yep.
And talk about some historical events that have occurred. So,
December.
Yeah.
Funny month, isn't it?
Yeah. It is a bit funny, like podcast funny, or because of the
funny time of the month when the Monthly Muse comes out for everyone. But
God,
no, just funny.
Imagine seeing that flash up on your notifications.
Every day kind of feels like a Friday.
Yeah.
Well, probably not when you see that notification. But not these two, not these two idiots again.
Here to spoil Christmas. Yeah, you always get the message from someone you haven't seen in ages.
Yeah.
That you don't really want to see.
Exactly.
You see him once a year for a reason.
Yeah, you get the text.
Hello, mate. Long time pre-Christmas drink. Yeah.
Love from Paul.
Yeah.
Yeah,
funny time of month.
But here we are.
Yeah, we've got some good stuff coming up, Paul. What are we kicking off with?
We have, our main feature today is Sir Francis Drake. In 1577, December 13th, he set off on his circumnavigation around the world.
Yeah.
And
exciting voyage coming up.
Yeah, we're here to talk about that.
We've got a new segment. What have we called it?
History Mystery.
Ah, yes.
Have we got the jingle?
History Mystery.
There it is.
I said that wasn't going to catch on.
Already has.
Giving the fans what they want.
It's a bloody good one this month as well.
It is.
I mean, it's only the second one, but
yeah, I think it might be the best.
And Days of Our Lives.
Dr. Drake Ramore. Well, Sir Francis Drake to Dr. Drake Ramore.
Love it.
Days of Our Lives. And
hey Ed, you better call the police because
oh yeah,
our inboxes took a bit of a battering.
Oh yeah, it's kind of quite a busy time of year though. For my, we seem to be getting lots of emails from Amazon. Or just shops that you used to buy.
Yeah,
I've been getting emails from Mulberry. I bought a bag for my girlfriend years ago.
Okay,
and it's like, remember when you used to be in love? Remember that feeling where you broke up? Let us remind you every year about it.
Yeah, thanks for that.
Thanks for that, guys.
And yeah, let's crack on, shall we?
Yeah.
So Francis Drake,
get the compass out.
Yeah, all aboard. Cheers. Sir Francis Drake grew up near the sea, lived in an old ship. I think it was the eldest of 12 sons.
Blimey.
Which obviously busy time of year for them, Christmas coming up.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was eldest of 12 sons. I don't know if they were trying to have a football team or something. And then once they got to 12, Francis was kind of contract come to an end. Sort of like the
Darren Bent sort of, we're going to move you on.
Yeah.
We still value you, but you're out of contract. Yeah. But I read he was I think he was the second highest paid pirate, according to Forbes. They did a list. Yeah, there was the second highest paid pirate over his time in the world.
I never knew there was a list for best paid pirates. Who else was on the list?
I'll be honest with you, I do not know.
I'm trying to think. Captain Jack Sparrow.
Yeah,
maybe he must be number one.
Probably did all right from the franchise.
I think of the pirate, pop-up pirate.
Pop-up, yeah.
Must have sold a lot of board games.
Yeah.
So he must be raking it in a bit.
Yeah,
but no. During the Elizabethan period of Tudor England, the country's population was growing, the desire for power and exploration was growing by the year.
Yeah.
Elizabeth I, I believe, was very, very eager to follow in Spain, and I think it was Portugal, countries who were quite dominant in travel and
naval
domination, So they were benefiting from the riches, benefiting from things like slavery, and so Drake, he'd actually done a few kind of voyages before the one we're talking about now in question, the one around the world. So he'd been away, I think it was with his uncle, I think he was called John Hawkins or something like that. It's always your uncle, isn't it, who gets you into it.
Yeah.
Always sweat you out, like Einstein and whatnot. So he'd done well. He kind of took to sea like a duck to water.
Yeah.
And he was the guy. He was the guy for this navigation of the world. So they set sail on the Pelican.
Okay.
On the 13th of December, 1577.
Right. The Pelican doesn't seem like a very reliable
bird. Does it?
Pelicans they're dead now, aren't they? Right. They're the ones with the big.
No, you can still find them.
Really?
Isn't that a dodo you're talking about?
No,
a puffin.
I'm thinking. No, maybe not.
We're historians, Ed. We're not. We can't cover everything.
No, I'm sure there are pelicans. Maybe. Anyway.
Yeah. So set sail. There's 4 other ships. I think 160 men in total. They soon added a 6th ship called Mary.
Okay.
Portuguese merchant ship captured off the coast of Africa. Also added its captain Nuno da Silva, a man with...
Nuno da Silva.
Yeah, Nuno da Silva. That sounds interesting.
It sounds like sort of Southampton sort of football club youth player.
Yeah, like someone who'd like knock England out of the Euros. They did nothing in the Premier League, but then kind of held a Postiga, I think it was.
Yeah, he's now at West Ham, sort of vibe.
Yeah. So Nuno da Silva was a man with considerable experience in navigating the South American waters.
It's probably quite useful, I imagine.
Yeah, for a world trip, yeah. So they feared men being split up, so they scuttled, like they got rid of, I think ships called Christopher and a flyboat called Swan.
Okay. The smaller boat, so they just got rid of all that, you mean the flyboat, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. So they eventually reached land at San Julian, which is now known as Argentina. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Yeah, rings a bell. Yeah, didn't you say they saw some bones, or... they arrived and it was a bit creepy.
Yeah, so ironically, Argentina, or San Julian... there was a famous Portuguese explorer, a bit of a Drake character actually, called Ferdinand Magellan, who'd done a similar kind of voyage, I think it was half a century, 50 years ago previously.
Yeah.
So when Drake rocks up, they see all these skeletons like, on the beach.
That does actually sound a bit Pirates of the Caribbean-y, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, these guys don't mess about. And the reason for those skeletons were Ferdinand Magellan sensed some mutiny in his camp. Yeah. And he just got rid of the guys that he thought were looking to maybe betray him and maybe throw him overboard.
Okay, right.
Thing is, with Drake, he started to have the same fears. So he started suspecting people of, maybe wanting to maybe oust him or maybe go off and do their own thing.
Yeah, it sounds a bit like Zayn Malik leaving One Direction.
One Direction. Yeah, you could say that.
Yeah.
He actually went on to do quite well, didn't he?
Yeah, got to the top of the charts, actually. Yeah. Pretty good.
So...
have you heard it?
Not now, Ed. Come on. So Drake suspected Thomas Doughty as being like the ringleader of this treason, this kind of uprising, and he sent him on trial for treason and witchcraft.
How did he find out about the witchcraft?
I don't know.
What was?
I don't know how he would.
Like a few long hats lying around in his luggage.
Yeah, maybe going through his case, finding a couple of hats, brooms.
Yeah, the poor guy was just trying to help clean up the ship, and
maybe he thought, well, Halloween's coming up. I'm probably going to be on this ship a long time. Better pack my costume for Halloween.
Or the Day of the Death. I think it's a Dia del Muerte. They do. Oh shit, that's Mexico. Yeah. Wrong place, Thomas. Wrong place. So they suspected him and they put him on trial. You said
Drake was no happy. No, he put
not a happy ship life.
Put Doughty on trial. And he was found guilty, surprise, surprise. And he was given 3 options, Ed. Okay. He was given the choice of being abandoned, returned to England for a retrial, or execution on the spot.
Okay.
Do you know what he chose?
I have no idea.
He chose execution.
Right, okay.
Which is quite...
But I think he was just sick of it, maybe. He maybe just didn't want any...
Probably.
He just couldn't be arsed with the journey home. Well, you're flying to Australia next week, aren't you?
Good point.
And when you come back from that holiday, there'll probably be a moment where you're like, you know what, I can't be asked to go home either.
Yeah.
Kill me here.
Thanks for that. So he was to be beheaded. Okay. What is incredible about this little episode, though, before the execution, because it turns out Doughty, like Pete Doherty, Thomas Doughty and Drake were actually really, really close friends.
Yeah. Imagine Pete Doherty and Drake being friends.
Bloody hell.
That would be...
Yeah.
Okay, go on. So and before he got executed...
So before he got executed, because they were so close, they dined together.
Wow.
They had dinner together as old friends.
So Doughty agreed to go to dinner with someone that he knew was going to kill him.
Absolutely,
yeah.
Behead the other one. I mean, imagine that's quite the awkward...
If you're Drake and you're taking me to dinner...
Yeah, so we're sat there and we're just... So, how's the food, alright? How's your steak?
It's alright, yeah. Not much else on the menu, I want to...
Right.
Not feeling particularly hungry, to be honest with you.
Tell you, if you want a good steak, we'll go next week. There's a place in Brazil where we're heading.
Next week?
Oh, sorry. Really sorry, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
No. So... A bit tired?
Yeah. Exhausted.
I might just head off to bed in a bit, actually. I've been watching The Apprentice. The final's on tomorrow, actually, which I don't know if you've been watching it.
Yeah, I have been watching it. tomorrow. Not going to be.
Sorry about that. You've been watching every episode. Okay. Just trying to think what we can talk about, really.
Well, thanks for bringing me out anyway.
No, you're welcome.
It's nice to catch up with old friends.
Do anything this Christmas? Oh, fair. It's really hard. It's really, really hard.
So, I think he continued the journey after this up the coast of South America.
Yeah.
And he was sort of attacking and robbing ships in Brazil and Chile and Peru and all over. Which means he must have gone around. But near Lima in Peru, he captured a Spanish ship with, I think, about 25,000 pesos.
Right.
Of Peruvian gold.
How much is that in?
It worked out to be about £7 million by modern standards.
That is a lot.
So to just like kind of collide into another ship and just take their stuff.
It's incredible, isn't it?
Guy's done very well. But he made it up to California and then went back across the Pacific actually and around Africa.
Right.
And he returned to Plymouth.
Wow.
And he came back with I said that in a enthusiastic way. He came back to Plymouth with 59 men.
Okay.
So I don't know if that means loads of them died or whether they
60.
They just like the look of the South American women, which is understandable. But he is Sir Francis Drake is hailed as the first Englishman to circumnavigate the Earth.
Wow.
So for that, I think we need a little cheers.
Yeah, cheers.
That's a big.
Well done, Franny.
Well done, mate.
The Spanish hated him, though, didn't they?
Yeah.
They absolutely. This is the thing, because he kind of divided opinion. To us, he was a bit of a hero, but to everyone else, and particularly the Spanish, they hated him, essentially.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like a football player playing for your team. You love him. Yeah. But everyone else hates him.
Yeah.
Like
certain characters. Yeah.
Like a sort of Diego Costa.
Yeah, good one. Yeah.
Or
like Robbie Savage.
Robbie Savage, exactly.
Yeah. Nice to have him on your team, but if he's not, hate him.
God, I hate him. Yeah.
So Spanish hated him. They give him a nickname called the Dragon.
Okay.
El Draque, I think it was.
Yeah, very good. But they put a £4 million bounty on his head, I think, to kill him. But Drake made it back, by the sound of it.
He did. He made it back.
And he gave the Queen lots of... the purpose of him coming back was to bring back the Queen lots of all these riches, so he gave her a lot of stuff.
Yeah, she was loving it.
Yeah.
Couldn't get enough. And he also... So the Pelican, which we touched on earlier, a bit of a funny name, he actually changed the name from the Pelican to the Golden Hind.
The Golden... the Golden Hind?
The Golden Hind.
Right.
Quite a...
Yeah. Any reason?
The name change was to honour Sir Christopher Hatton, I think it was. He was like a chancellor back then.
Right.
Hatton was one of the biggest sponsors, one of kind of Drake's biggest endorsements for the world voyage.
Right.
Just quite...
But the Golden Hind sort of reminds me of like a pub. And also, if you're going to rename the ship after another man...
Yeah. If a bloke says to another bloke, "Oh, do you know what, I'm going to name the ship after you."
Oh, yeah. Oh, cheers, mate. What are you going to call it? Like the Stallion or the... Yeah. Actually, equally, that's...
Well, you don't really need to see, do you? No, I'm going to go with the Golden Hind.
The Golden what?
Hind.
That's brilliant.
Yeah. So I'm confused. But no, Drake, quite the guy. He was later knighted. Queen was loving it.
Yeah.
Went on to beat the Spanish Armada. And all that good stuff.
Draque.
But we'll save that for another time, shall we?
Yeah, save that till next year.
Perfect.
So we've come to History Mystery.
We have.
And
it's great to be here.
In 1518, there was a lady called Mrs. Troffea who, in Strasbourg, decided, just started dancing. Just crazy dancing.
Right.
You know, if you go to like a house party and there's just someone that's way more messed up than everyone else.
Yeah.
And this girl
This was her.
This was her.
Okay. So what? She just started dancing.
She just started dancing, and she just kept dancing for like I think it was like 5 or 6 days. But anyway, within a week, 34 other people had joined, which doesn't seem like a lot actually within a week. But 34 people had just suddenly become entranced with the way she was dancing, and started dancing as well in the street. And within a month, there were 400 people dancing just in the street. You'd probably say
dancing. Yeah, I was going to say
dancing.
Did they listen to the David Bowie song and then just really take it quite literally?
That's a great song. But the absolutely bizarre thing about this was people died.
I was going to say
they had heart attacks, they had strokes, they died from exhaustion. They didn't drink anything, they didn't eat anything, whatever.
Wow.
They just danced for a week straight, and people just started collapsing and dying, and nobody had any explanation of it.
This is incredible
at all.
That's honestly incredible. Is it a bit like, just trying to think how that would relate today, a bit like a flash, it's a flash mob.
Flash Rob.
No, flash mob. Sorry,
flash Rob.
Flash mob.
He sounds like some guy on the estate, sort of pulling up in with new rims or something.
Yeah, well, here he is, Flash Rob again. Yeah, you probably get quite a lot of them in Sussex, do you? You know what I mean? It's flash mob, isn't it?
Flash mob. Yeah.
Flash mob, where they just start dancing in. I guess that's kind of.
It's kind of infectious, maybe. I mean, people just kind of want to just join in.
Yeah. So, what did they do to resolve it?
Well,
how did it stop?
Well, it's a good question, Paul. I mean, I think the natural thing for the mayor and everyone involved would be to say, "Excuse me, guys. Hello. Sorry, excuse me. Can we just stop? Can everyone just stop dancing, please?"
Yeah.
But actually, they just didn't say that, and instead they. Well, what did they say? They said something like...
I read that they thought the best solution would be to encourage it, and that people would just eventually stop, so let's encourage them to dance for now.
Right.
Which is almost more mental than the initial...
But yeah, you're right, because the mayor and I think some of the city council said that we want to give these guys... We're going to clear out the grain market so everyone can dance in there, and they actually even constructed them a stage.
I mean, I would love to have been a fly on the wall in that conversation.
I mean,
that meeting.
I don't know what happens in my village town hall, but I just do not think that does.
It's like, oh God, are they still dancing outside? What are we going to do about this?
How can we stop this?
Well, we could just go and tell them to stop dancing.
Yeah. Should we just tell them to stop the music? Should we just?
That's a good. Well.
Or
go on.
We could make them something that makes them feel even bigger and more important in this.
Okay.
Maybe we build them a stage.
Build them a stage.
Yeah, just so more people can get dancing as well.
So let's tell them to stop dancing, keep dancing.
Exactly.
Okay. Maybe get a few musicians down.
Yeah, it's pretty important.
Who's that bloke that's just left 1D?
Zane.
Yeah.
Yeah, get him along.
Yeah. Pillow talk.
But we know how important music is to people. We don't want to close it down. We don't want another Fabric situation.
No, we don't. Look at what happened there.
Yeah.
So just keep on dancing, guys.
Yeah.
Oh God, look at that. Is that? Oh God, Flash Rob's turned up. He's got his new dancing shoes.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Sort of the Disco Stew character.
Yeah. He's just tripped over a body as well.
Oh no.
So yeah. So
yeah. Anyway,
we'll just go with keep dancing, shall we?
So yeah. Problem solved.
Fancy little dance?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a lot of theories on a more serious note about why this did actually occur in the first place. I think it was a historian called John Waller.
Okay.
I think it was. He stated that a marathon runner could not have lasted the intense workout that these guys were kind of going at it for.
Right. How does he know that?
Well, modern theories include... Well, actually, do you know what? I thought it was quite funny that historian John Waller... Now, the name Waller, I hate to stereotype here, and I don't want to slag Rick off, but I'm not sure if you should be taking medical advice from someone called Waller. Sorry to have a go. I'm sure, I mean, he is actually a historian as well.
Yeah.
Which has put us kind of both to shame.
What's he ever done? Has he ever had a podcast?
Okay, move on. Modern theories include food poisoning, I think toxics in the food these guys were eating.
Yeah, I heard that there was some. Maybe they were eating basically some form of mushroom that
LSD kind of.
Yeah, because people were starving in that region for a while, and yeah, it had these LSD type properties to it.
Yeah. Also, I think Waller mentioned that maybe it was just because these people were actually quite depressed, and it was almost like some kind of induced stress. A lot of people in the village were riddled with disease and a lot of starvation.
I see.
So
yeah.
maybe, do you know what, Ed? Maybe just people just want to have a let loose.
Yeah, and good on them.
And they did.
Yeah,
and that's history mystery.
And that's history.
Days of our lives. It's time.
Yes.
We've got some good ones. December 5th.
Yep.
Bathtub Party Day. / International Ninja Day.
Okay, right.
So
I don't know how many ninjas you're inviting over for that one.
I mean, don't combine those two either.
That sounds like a dangerous...
You get your samurai out in the bathtub.
Well, it's not a euphemism, is it?
No, that's not.
Slippery surfaces doing...
More like a pocket knife.
Kung Fu.
Yeah.
National Bathtub Party. I mean, how many people could you get into a party in a...
Three tops.
A bathtub?
3 tops.
3? Okay, right.
Yeah, at a push.
I'd like to come to one of your parties. Not if you're...
No.
Not if you're there.
December the 6th?
December 6th, yeah. National Microwave Oven Day.
I haven't even got one.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of get the impression that the only people celebrating... the only people that know about that day are probably people that, have microwave food every day of the year.
Yeah.
And on that one day, they can go, whew, go out on that lightly.
December the 10th, I should say, is Human Rights Day. Probably quite important, that, isn't it?
I think it is, and it probably doesn't deserve to be on the podcast if it's important.
It's also Nobel Prize Day when they give out Nobel Peace Prize. So looking forward to our collection of the award next year.
Is there an audio one?
There will be now.
Sort of enriching lives.
December 16th, Christmas Sweater Day.
Yeah, I actually don't own one, do you?
I own a couple, yeah.
A few, yeah.
I don't mind popping on a little festive jumper.
I actually went to a Christmas party last Wednesday.
Is that the story, is it?
That's the story, okay. And that's the story. And everyone was wearing a Christmas jumper. In fact, it might genuinely have been on that day. And everyone was in a Christmas jumper, apart from me.
Oh, God.
I was wearing a black overcoat. And I just, do you know what? I just didn't... I felt like a real party pooper.
No, well,
Everyone's in fancy dress and you just turn up wearing a T-shirt. It's not a good feeling.
December 22nd, what is it?
Date Nut Bread Day?
Date. That's not saying date and nut bread, is it? That's not saying go out on a date with a loaf of bread.
No.
I mean, you must be really struggling.
Yeah. Maybe like, what's that show on Channel 4? The... First Dates.
First Dates.
Yeah, they are really struggling.
Yeah, I mean, if they're putting loaf of bread with humans, they're really struggling.
Yeah, December the 25th.
Ooh, the big one.
They've... this website I've got it from, it said National Pumpkin Pie Day. Okay, fine.
Okay.
Alphabet Day or Alphabet, no L Day.
Right.
And then the third thing, it says Christmas Day, which I thought was a strange order to mention it in. But
I assume that's listed in order of priority and importance.
Yeah. Enjoy
Boxing
your pumpkin
Day,
pie, people.
26.
Yeah.
One of the best days of the year for me. Love Boxing Day.
Yeah, it's quite... It's very relaxed. Oh, really?
Yeah, get a bit of fresh air. Because you've been stuck inside on Christmas Day all day.
Well, stuck inside with your family. Your loving family you're stuck inside with. That sounds awful.
It's just nice to get out, pop on your new socks.
Yeah.
Pop on your new boxer shorts.
Yeah.
Get into town, watch the football.
Feel like a new man.
You really do. But no, not for you.
Who have Sunderland got this? Do you know?
Man United away, so that's guaranteed 3 points, isn't it?
Yeah, happy Christmas. Happy Christmas, Sunderland.
Yeah.
Okay, and December the 31st. Are you aware of this? It's like between 11:30 p.m. And 12:30 a.m. So the bringing in the new year. It's Universal Hour of Peace Day.
From 11:30 on New Year's Eve?
Yeah.
That just seems...
That seems a bit stupid.
That seems like very poor planning.
It does.
So the Universal Hour of Peace?
Yeah. I think it's to encourage people not to go crazy. But good luck to that, because I dread to think what's happening in Sunderland this year. Or
if you get on the mic in fabric, as we mentioned, at 11:30, just you know what, guys?
Yeah,
stop dancing.
Yeah, exactly. But no, something that really caught our eye, Paul, was I think it was December the 8th, and it is Pretend to be a Time Traveller Day.
Just the title, really.
Pretend to be a time traveller day. And what's involved, Paul?
So this day, it's an annual event which combines elements of performance art, I guess, humour, and just essentially supposed to be fun to give a unforgettable experience.
Right, and what?
So the premise is to pretend to be a time traveller, either from the past or from the future, who has somehow ended up in the present day.
Okay.
Now, it said, the information I took said, for maximum effect, this roleplay should involve group of friends and should take part in public places.
Right.
And should ideally involve conversations between complete strangers. So get a group of friends together and hit the town.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know about you. I mean, the world's already, London especially, is already on a knife edge as it is.
Yeah.
The last thing you want is some people pretend to be from the future.
I know, yeah. I can see that happening at, like, Wetherspoons anyway, really.
Yeah, I mean, I see enough.
Oh, mate, I am from the future, and, like, listen to this one.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's people from different generations in Clapham Junction Station. I don't know about you. That is the most mental.
Yeah.
There's people from different... Oh, God. You obviously go there in the morning as well, don't you?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
It's like Shutter Island, isn't it? There's just so many strange people. Yeah. People who've been there for years who just, I don't think, can find a way out.
No. Yeah. Well, good luck to them anyway. But, you know, on the 8th of December, if you were accosted by someone saying, I'm from the future, then,
Believe them.
Believe them.
What, any kind of time that you would travel to or back to, Ed?
Good question. 1966...
Yeah, what happened then?
Final.
Yeah.
Well, apparently it was the Great Fire of London, if you go back to episode 1. But no.
Embarrassed myself there.
No, I think I'd quite like to go back to the 60s, really.
Okay.
Swinging London.
Yeah.
Or sort of gladiatorial type times. Paul, what have you thought about this?
I was going to say the same, but
gladiatorial.
We've already spent a lot of time.
Yeah, days of our lives.
Yeah. So
shall we?
I'll get back to you on that one.
You have reached the monthly mail.
You have.
And our voice box is... it's not full. There's still space for messages.
There is. Yes, we've been through...
Via email.
All of them. We read everything we get.
Yep. Firstly, from Tom.
Yeah.
He's written in to say, I don't think Paul and me can be friends anymore. Ooh. I think that should actually be Paul and I, Tom. James Bond is a hero.
Tommy.
Yeah. Were you looking for
I wasn't really looking for another friend, to be honest, Tom.
He said, P.S. December the 7th is Madame Tussauds' birthday, who was born in 1761.
Right.
And it opened in 1802.
Okay. 1802.
1802.
Interesting.
So, thanks for that, Tom.
I wonder what the work was like back then.
Yeah, you can't imagine it'd be top notch.
Absolutely not.
No Zayn Malik, that's for sure.
Next one is from Nick.
He said, hi guys, love the podcast. Do you agree that Southern trains should strike this week? Again, Nick, not quite the
stuff we're kind of looking for, Nick.
Yeah.
But no, we don't really, do we?
No. And he's also said, no, I don't think we do, no. He's also said Walt Disney was born in December.
Oh, okay, so he has put a little bit of
in 1901. So
bit in there.
He's made up for it.
Yeah, I think he leads the most nominations for Oscars.
Oh, really?
Not Nick. Walt Disney.
Okay, cool.
Next one's from Charles. Says, hi guys, History Mystery sounds like something Carl Pilkington would come up with, but I don't know which one of you is the most stupid of the pair, question mark. 2
A's and a B, to be honest with you, A level, so
yeah.
There's your answer, Charles.
Next email.
And
thanks, Charles.
Yeah. We've got one from Rachel. Rachel, I really appreciate this. She said, hi guys, I listened to the podcast last month and simply horrified that Ed hadn't seen Mrs. Doubtfire. This is a classic. What other movies have you not seen? I've not seen a lot. I'm concerned, so much so that I thought I'd get you a copy of the film. And I thought, oh, brilliant, I'll wait for something in the post.
Did she send one in?
No, I scrolled down on the email. She said, please see link below, and it's putlocker.com / Doubtfire, etc. I don't.
Putlocker is like a
streaming.
Oh.
So,
right.
So Rachel, you really got me excited there. But no, I've got the link. So I've promised to click the link, Rachel, and I'll give it a whirl.
She's essentially just Googled something for you.
In fairness, she's Googled it. She's taken the time to Google something, so
okay.
I'll take the 30 seconds to watch the first 30 seconds of the film.
Maybe she's a busy lady. But thanks, Rachel. Next one. This is long. Do you want to
Yeah, should I?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
So this is from Bryony. I think that's Bryony. Paul, Ed, I'm not a fan of December. You will not find me singing carols or getting festive due to something that has haunted me from birth. What is this curse I hear? The curse is my birthday. December the 25th.
Her birthday's on Christmas Day.
Christmas Day.
Ooh.
Whilst everyone on Facebook is wishing the world happy and cheer, no one even looks to realise that on the top right-hand side of their Facebook wall, there is a birthday section with my name on it.
Okay.
Even arranging a birthday is something that I avoid because it's hard to organise everyone as so many people are away for holidays or enjoying Christmas parties. Please, guys, I'm in need of help. What should I do? And that's been sent in from Jesus. No, that was Bryony. Well, Bryony, yeah, I do, that's...
I feel her pain.
Yeah, I feel your pain. I really do.
But there's not much you can do, really.
Yeah.
You could pretend to be a time traveller.
Very good.
From a different period and pretend that your birthday's... Another day?
Bronny, I've got a suggestion for you. One of my mates has his birthday on the 22nd of December, and he has exactly the same issue as you.
Right.
And he has just put his birthday, he's essentially moved it 6 months
you tell
forward.
Me about this.
6 months forward.
This is incredible.
So every June now, we go out for his summer birthday. And you know what? I think it's brilliant. Like, who cares? Who cares that, my birthday was on December the 4th, actually. I probably should give that a shout out to myself.
Happy birthday.
No problem. Were you there? No. Yeah. She did make it for a pint.
Made an effort, yeah.
Cheers. But, Paul, if it had been December the 22nd, I doubt you would have been there. You're off to Australia soon, aren't you?
Yeah.
So I completely feel your pain,
I'll see you in June.
Yeah. So, Bryony, let's go shared birthday in June.
So yeah, keep the emails coming, guys.
Thank you.
What's really interesting, Ed, for this podcast, the people who host it give us certain stats on how many people are listening and where they're listening from.
Right.
You're not going to believe it, but we're massive in Moldova. Moldova.
Really?
Yeah, there's like 10 people in Moldova listening to this. So I don't know why or who these people are.
Yeah.
Which is quite interesting.
Well, thank you. If you are listening from Moldova...
Yeah, if you can hear us.
Yeah.
I don't know why I said if you can hear us. It's not as if...
they're the only people that can. Yeah.
It's not like they're short of hearing in Moldova. I wasn't saying that.
No, to our Moldovan fans. Do you know what? I've always wanted to be, big in Moldova.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe we could go touring there. Should we go touring?
Yeah.
Should we do a live show one day?
I'd love that.
Maybe we should do a live show.
Do you know Moldova is the second booziest nation on Earth.
Right. Well, that explains a lot then. While listening, I imagine.
I think our target market is probably,
are we
alcoholic? But apparently, only Belarus drinks more alcohol per head.
Per head.
Yeah.
Right.
No listeners in Belarus yet, though, so I'm a bit confused.
All right. Well, if you're in Moldova, do us a favour.
Pop over to Belarus.
Invade Belarus and spread the love.
But no, thanks to our Moldovan fans. We appreciate it. We actually had a lot of other emails, so thanks, guys. One from John here says December 14th anniversary that Roald Amundsen reached the North Pole, 1911.
Yeah. December the 8th.
This is from Chris again.
Yeah. It said John Lennon was assassinated in New York City on December the 8th in 1980.
Okay.
Don't know why I sounded so upbeat about that.
No.
What a legend.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, if you do have...
Yeah, the email address is the monthly Muse @gmail.com.
That's the one. Yeah, I actually nearly got that wrong.
Yeah.
Or just tweet us or send us
Muse.
at the monthly Muse or send us an email, and we do read them all.
Yep.
And we'd love to. And in fact, if you guys have got anything you want us to mention for next month's podcast, so January, just start tweeting us and start emailing us now, because we might do a little segment on it just for you.
Might do. Yeah. Ed, breaking news.
Go on.
We've also now got a Facebook page.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Which is called...
We've made it. We've made
the
it.
Monthly Muse Comedy Podcast.
Right.
I say comedy, I mean, it's up to you if you think it's funny or not. But no, get in touch. Our social media team would be delighted to hear from you.
I'm sure.
Yeah, so that's the Monthly Muse Comedy Podcast on Facebook.
Good.
And
that's that's the monthly mail.
Thanks to everyone. That's it, done.
Yeah, that was December, the last show of the year, Paul.
Yeah, it's been good. Really enjoyed it. Thanks to
I've got to go and get a train Well, I don't know. Let me just rephrase that. I've got to go down from London towards the south coast.
Okay, good luck with that.
Southern Rail have cancelled all the trains. Cheers for that.
Yeah, at least the tickets are cheap though. So, yeah, I'm off to better go and catch my flight.
Yeah,
to Oz.
Probably get I don't know what you get in an airport. Are you going to have a beer at the airport?
Didgeridoo or something like that.
But you've got to have an airport beer.
Yeah, probably. I tell you what, I won't be having any of this mulled wine.
Yeah, awful.
Yeah,
I mean, thank you, but it's awful.
Speaking of thank yous.
I think we should say, thank you to everyone that's been listening over the last couple of months.
Yeah, I think we have like a few thousand listeners, which is crazy.
That is crazy.
It's a lot of lives.
We are
ruined. A lot of time wasted.
And all from a southerner and a northerner.
But again, you're welcome.
Guessed it.
But get in touch.
Thank you for that, guys. No, honestly, we mean it. As you know, get in touch. Are we going to be talking some absolute nonsense next year as well?
We are. Yeah.
Any funny suggestions?
Yeah.
Don't make it too funny, because otherwise you might go and do your own podcast. But
exactly.
Any funny suggestions you might have?
Yeah.
What's the email address, Paul?
themonthlynews@gmail.com.
Yeah. Very good.
A lot of downtime over the holidays, so a lot of time on your hands
to
email us.
Yeah. So that would be a great gift actually to us, wouldn't it?
It really would.
Send us a lovely mail to tell us about what we could be talking about.
I tell you what, be a better gift though, Ed.
Go on.
Subscribing. That's all I want this Christmas.
Yeah, that would be great.
Thanks for everyone who's subscribed so far. If you haven't already, please do. That just makes us feel a lot more loved and worthy. And
that's what we need at this time of Christmas.
We really do.
But we want to say thank you and have a Merry Christmas to everyone listening.
Merry Christmas to everyone, wherever you may be.
This cheers is for you.
Yeah. Cheers.
Tastes awful.